So start with your head on the ground, knees bent, feet wide, and hands just resting down beside your body. Adjust your shoulder blades so they're lying on the floor. Adjust your hips so that your pelvis is flat on the floor and your low back rests gently away from the floor. So taking a moment to connect to where the pelvis sits heavy, the shoulder and the mid spine connecting to the ground, and the head. And notice where your natural tendency for your head to rest is. So you can gauge this by your chin and your nose, just kind of noticing how do they have a relationship to the ceiling. Is your nose pointing straight up towards the ceiling, or is your chin pointing towards the ceiling? Perhaps adjusting to find a little bit more length on the back of the neck so that your nose points up towards the ceiling. And just start to gently rock your head side to side. You can imagine as if you were drawing a line across the ceiling with your nose. And as you rock your head side to side, just notice what you notice. You may feel that one side you can turn a little further. You may notice resistance. We're not trying to barrel through the resistance. We're just noticing. And then bring awareness to the tip of your nose. And we're going to start to draw infinity symbols. So a side lying 8 on the ceiling with your nose. And it may take a few cycles to start to map that in your brain, in your body. You may have to slow down a little bit. Let's start to notice what this translates into your neck. How easy is it? And then start to slowly make the figure 8s or the infinity symbols smaller and smaller and smaller until you find where the back of your head is resting still again on the floor. And grab your block. And we're going to tuck our chin. So we're going to do our first little chin sit up of the practice. So lift the head and then bring the block behind your head. Then grab the block on the short ends, and you're going to take one of the edges of the long edge to rest on your cervical spine at the bottom. So we'll call it C7. And then the top edge, long edge of the block, is going to rest underneath your kind of, it's called the occipital ridge, but where your hairline is. So allow one edge, one angle to support that ridge. And then the other end of the block will rest closer to the shoulders. So if your spine was flat, it would rest on that flat portion of the block. You can either use your hands to support your block in this position, or you can allow your head to just support and start to rock your head side to side. So again, if you gaze up towards the sky, you should be looking straight up and your nose is tracing a line on the ceiling. The next time you rock your head to the right, stay to the right, and then start to nod your head yes. So your chin is drawing down towards your collarbone, And then as you look up, your nose points up towards the sky. We want a little bit of discomfort because we're working some common trigger points, but we're not trying to mash into it deeper to create pain. And then come back to center, take your head to the left and do the same thing. And as you're nodding, notice how your head is kind of pivoting on the top of your spine. And you can think of the top of your spine as an axis point, and that's actually what it's called. And your head will be the atlas. Good. And then come back to center. Again, tuck your chin towards your chest, lift your head, take the block down flat, and now take the head to the block as it's lying flat on the ground. Take your thumbs on the bottom edge of the block, so closest to your shoulders. Keep your head on the block and start to gently pull the block away from your shoulders, kind of creating a traction in your neck. And notice here, you can even take your first finger to the bottom of your chin and push your chin towards your neck, and then draw it in towards your throat a little bit. So keeping the shoulders on the ground, start to look between your thighs with your eyes. And then as if you were trying to take your forehead to your knees, lift your head off the block and lower it down. Again, chin in, up towards throat, forehead reaches towards your knees as you look between your thighs towards your pubic bone and down. So 3 more times. You want to create that little chin sit up without engaging those muscles hard on the front of your neck. They will engage slightly. That's their job, but you want to feel things deeper as well so that you're not creating tension in your jaw or in your neck as you create these little chin ups. Release the head back down. Roll the head a little side to side. So we did this from an elevated position. Now lift the head by doing the chin tuck. Remove the block. Return the head to the floor. And again, swivel your head side to side. So just notice if you created a little bit of release in the neck just from this simple work of becoming aware of how the muscles on the front of your neck should work. And then reach behind your knees, tuck your chin, and roll up. We're going to come 2 hands and knees and bring both blocks to the front edge of your mat. Start with your shoulders above your wrist and your knees below your hips. And just start to move through your natural cat and cow. So inhaling, lifting head, lifting tailbone, dropping belly. Exhale, pressing through hands and feet and rounding your spine. Moving with your own natural breath. And start to notice how much does your neck come into play when you do your natural cat-cow. What happens if you start to create more of the movement in each of the vertebrae of your cervical spine? And I will tell you, in your neck, you have 7 sort of cervical spine. The next time you inhale, stay in the inhale, and then just lift your spine into neutral. So you're finding a natural curve in your lower back. Press down in your hands, push the floor away, and lift your thoracic spine up. Keep the spine from the shoulders down still, and start to move just your cervical spine. So to start, find where your head connects to your spine, start to tilt your head towards your throat, chin towards your throat, and then allow it to trickle down to the top of your upper back. And then starting again from the head, start to lift the head And then start to lift each of the cervical spine up to find extension. So do this a few more times, seeing if you can isolate each vertebrae in your neck. So moving super slow. And know that when you're in flexion, your chin is curling up towards your throat. So it's not just your head drop. Your chin is trying to curl as much towards your throat as possible. Good. Come back to a neutral spine and bring the blocks underneath your shoulders on the long edge. So kind of at that medium height or step 2. Take your knees slightly wider than your hips and bring your toes to touch. Take your elbows down to the blocks. And then come to the pointy part of your elbows and walk your elbows towards the front edge of your block. Press the elbows down and start to drop the head towards the floor. Make prayer hands with your hands behind your head. And then take your thumb to touch your spine wherever it touches. Press through your elbows more. Take your chest towards the floor more. Maybe the head touches the floor. Start to press the elbows into the blocks and then start to tuck chin towards your throat and then lift your head and your spine to your thumb. Push down through your elbows, maybe elbows walk a little further forward. As you exhale, again, keep pushing elbows down as you lower your head and your chest towards the floor. Maybe the head touches. Push through the elbows. Start to tuck your chin towards your throat to lift the head off the floor. Press through the elbows to lift, spine towards thumb. Back of the head presses into the heels of your hands. 2 more times. As you exhale, lower down, let the forehead move towards the floor. Elbows keep pressing down. As you start to lift, curl your chin towards your throat. Push through your elbows, lift back of the head to the heel of the hand, thumb to the spine. Walk your elbows back towards your knees. Come up and move the blocks out of the way. Hands to the ground, spread your fingers wide, shoulders above your wrist. Straighten your right leg back and take your right leg to the outside of the left side of your mat. Point your toe back so you're on the front of your foot. Take your left foot towards the right side of your mat. Chin tuck, push the floor away. So lift the spine up, tuck the chin in, keep the tuck. As you push the hands away, slide the right foot back, belly rest on your left inner thigh. Inhale, slide forward. Hands press down, chin tuck, slide back. Inhale, slide forward. One more time, slide the right foot back and out. Belly moves towards your left thigh. Slide forward. Bend your right knee so it comes behind your left knee. So your feet are wide. We're going to sit back between our heels, or you can lift up onto a block. So if you need a block underneath your sit bones, you can do that. Take your right hand, swing it straight back, turn the palm up to face the ceiling, and then swing the arm behind your back. Left hand is going to grab your right fingers and pull it beside your waist. Breathe into the space where your forearm is in your low back. Reach your left arm up beside your ear. Turn the palm to face the wall behind you and drop your hand between your shoulder blades. Maybe right fingers come up and grab your left fingers. You can also use your belt. So your forearms should be on the back of your head. push push your head into your forearm. And then where your hands meet between your shoulder blades, breathe into that space. Take your tongue and rub it on the roof of your mouth until it falls into the soft palate, that soft space. And then as if you were pushing your tongue straight out through the top of your head, reach through that point. So chin draws in and up, spine is long. Inhale. As you exhale, keep your head attached to your arm as you curl your chin towards your chest and round just your upper back. Inhale, press the head into the forearm as you straighten back up. Exhale, keep the head on your forearm, curl chin towards chest and round just your upper back. Inhale up. Keep reaching through the crown of the head, head pressing into the forearm. Exhale, round. Inhale, come all the way up. Release the hands from behind your back, bring them out in front and come forward. Come back to hands and knees. Inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Exhale, curl your head first and then trickle down your whole spine, one vertebrae at a time as you round your back. Keep your back rounded, lift just your head, and then allow the extension to trickle down your spine. 2 more times. Start with your head first. Don't push the spine vertebrae up towards the sky until you reach it in your mind. Lift your head, press the spine forward as you find extension all the way down. Good. Last time around. And then lower into neutral. Take the blocks now at the highest level. If this is too high, you can go back to the level that we did the last time. Take your knees a little wider, toes touch, elbows or forearms come to the block. Find neutral in your spine and then pointy parts of the elbows to the block. Walk it to the edge. Start to drop head and heart towards the floor. Let the chin reach towards the floor. And let the chest open. Prayer hands with your hands. Take your thumbs to touch your upper back. Start to draw chin in towards throat. And then lift back of the head towards your heel of the hand. And the top of your upper back touches your thumb. 2 more times. Lower down. Keep reaching the head and chest towards the floor. Keep pressing through the elbows. Then roll chin in towards throat to lift. Spine and head to hand. Lower down. Press, lift, reach to the crown of the head. Walk the elbows back closer to you to come out. Remove the blocks. Hands underneath your shoulders, straighten your left leg back. Take the left leg over to the right side of your mat and point the toe. Right toes point towards the left edge of your mat. Slide back, reach your belly out over your thigh. Chin draws in as you shift forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, press back. Imagine that the crown of the head is drawing you forward, and then plant your left knee behind your right, feet wide, and sit back between your heels. If you need the block, use the block. Take your left hand straight back, turn the palm up to face the sky, and then reach the left hand to the outside of your right waist. Interlace your right fingers to help pull your shoulder as far to the right, or your arm as far to the right as you can. So we're opening the front of the shoulder, elbow, right elbow reaches back, and then reach Right arm straight up. Turn the palm to face the wall behind you and drop your hand between your shoulder blades. Your biceps should almost touch your ear. If you can, grab your hands, great. If not, use the belt or just keep your hands where they are. Find your forearm with the back of your head and lift the back of your head into your forearm. Reach to the crown of the head, straightening your spine. Inhale to where your hands meet in your mid-back. As you exhale, tuck your chin, keep your forearm connected as you hinge forward just in the upper body. Inhale up. Exhale, curl chin, keep head connected to your forearm as you fold forward and up. One more time, curl in and up. Shift forward onto your knees, uncross your knees. Inhale one time, lift up into cow pose. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Lift high up onto your toes from the front of your thighs. Lift and spread your sit bones. Tilt your pelvis towards your thighs. Start to stretch the crown of your head as if you're reaching it between your hands. Tuck your chin in. Exhale, slowly lower your heels toward the ground. Inhale, shift forward plank. Find your chin tuck. Stretch to the crown of your head, push hands down, lift spine up towards the sky. Lower knees to the floor and lower all the way down to your elbows. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Palms down, pull your elbows back. Lift your collarbone towards your chin, then draw your chin in towards your throat and stretch the crown of your head up. So find length in your neck. Keep your head where it is and just look up with your eyes. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor, hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and lift up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up onto your toes from the thighs, press back, stretch crown of the head between your hands. Find extension, so lift your head to gaze between your thumbs. And then as you exhale, step between your hands. Take your blocks to the highest height underneath your shoulders and come up to a flat back. Press your hands into your blocks, curl your chin towards your throat, reach the crown of the head straight forward to the wall above your head. As you exhale, curl your chin towards your throat and round all the way through your spine to come into a forward fold. Inhale, move chin towards throat as you lift up halfway. A long spine, so reach to the crown of your head. As you exhale, start to round through your cervical spine and then all the way down your spine to flex. One more time. Inhale, lift. Chin tuck, reach crown of the head long. Exhale, curl head towards chest as you round all the way down. Inhale, press through your feet, reach up, stretch up, arms come over your head. As you exhale, hands come to your heart. Take your right hand straight back. Turn the palm to face the wall behind you. Reach the hand over to the left side. Interlace your fingers and pull left elbow straight back. Breathe into the place where your low back and your forearm meet. Inhale, reach to the crown of your head, chin tuck. Exhale, side bend over your fist. Keep your chin tuck and then turn your head to gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, come all the way back up. Keep your fingers interlaced and switch to the right. So breathe into your forearm, pull right elbow straight back. Inhale, stretch the crown of the head straight up, chin tuck. Exhale, side bend over your right fist. Keep pulling chin in and then start to turn the head to gaze up. Only as far as the head will turn. Turn the head forward, lift up. Inhale, reach the arms over your head. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward, curl chin towards chest, reach the crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, press through the blocks, lift halfway up, curl a tuck chin towards your throat. Exhale, curl head towards chest, round all the way through your spine, move the blocks out of the way, step to the back of your mat, down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Curl your head towards your chest, gaze towards your belly. As you exhale, round your knee towards your nose and try to touch forehead and knee together. Stay here, turn your gaze, look between your thumbs, extension. Step your right foot up between your hands. Drop your left heel down and in. Inhale, reach arms up and over your head, coming into warrior one. So come all the way up, arms come over your head. Swing your left arm back, turn the palm up, reach onto your side body, and then interlace right fingers. Inhale, gaze up. Draw the chin in as you arch back. As you exhale, keep the chin tucked, fold forward. So we're no longer curling the head, we're reaching the head. So chin towards throat. Come onto your right toes. Step your right foot or left foot up slightly so you come onto your left toe, sorry. And then as you inhale, press through your right leg, lift left leg behind you. Chin tuck, reach to the crown of your head, push through your left foot. Bend your right knee, bring the left foot back. You're gonna stay with this grip and rotate open towards the long edge of your mat like a warrior two. Inhale, curl over your left fist, or the fist that's on your left hip. As you exhale, side bend. Chin in towards throat. Start to rotate your ribs up towards the sky, then turn your nose towards the sky. Inhale, come back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Release your hands. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Step back to plank. Push the hands down, lift the spine up. Chin towards throat. Crown of the head reaches forward. Heels, tailbone reach back. Come down to your right elbow. Come down to your left elbow. Reach the crown of the head forward, chin in. Start to curl, head towards chest, look towards toes, and then walk your feet as close to your head as you can. Push through your elbows. Chin tuck, crown of the head reaches between your thumbs. Walk back to plank. Drop your knees to the floor, toes point back. Drop your thighs, drop your hips, drop your belly. Pull elbows back, lift chin, draw, or lift chest, draw chin in. Chin stays where it is, gaze with your eyes upwards. Exhale, lower down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. And then back to plank, or back to down dog. Crown of the head reaches between your hands. Thighs press back. Lift and spread sit bones. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Curl head towards chest and then knee towards forehead. Keep the knee where it is. Turn the gaze and the head to look between your thumbs. Plant your left foot up between your hands. Right heel down and in. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Take your right hand behind your back and grab it with your left hand. Inhale, breathe into where your ribs are. Draw the chin in, take the gaze up, arch back. As you exhale, fold forward, reaching your belly out over your left thigh. Come onto your right toes. Chin tucked, reach to the crown of the head, step forward. Straighten your left leg, right leg reaches back, Virabhadrasana 3. Stretch through the crown of your head. Push through your back foot. Bend your left knee. Step back and open up into Virabhadrasana 2, keeping your hands on the right side of your waist. They should be on the right side of your waist. Arc over your right. So reverse warrior. Arc over your fists. And then as you side bend, take your left shoulder towards your left knee. Chin tucked, rotate ribs towards sky. Inhale, come up Virabhadrasana 2, spread your arms long. Exhale, hands on either side of your left foot, plank pose. Stretch to the crown of your head, stretch through your tailbone, chin tuck, so draw chin towards throat. Notice how that helps to lock in your plank pose and make it so much stronger. It's because the neck is part of the core. Come down to your left elbow. Come down to your right elbow, chin in, stretch your spine long, and then start to round your neck, taking your head towards your chest as you walk your feet towards your shoulders, coming into elbow dog. Take your hips up as high as you can. Yes, looks so good. Walk back to elbow plank. Keep the hips high, drop just the knees. Drop the thighs. Drop the hips. Elbows pull back, chest lifts, chin draws in. Lift the head gaze forward and gaze up with the eye. Good. Lower all the way down to your belly. Hands in line with the bottom of your rib cage, tuck your toes under. Inhale, either press up to tabletop or plank, and then down dog. Breathe. Stretch the crown of the head between the hands. Lift and spread your sit bones. Draw your head towards your chest, so round your cervical spine, round all the way down your spine as you shift to plank. Then chin tuck, stretch long, long. And then again, round to move back to down dog. Round to move forward to plank. Lift the head, stretch. Exhale, round to move back, down dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Gaze between your thumbs, so extension. Bend the knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find chin tuck. Exhale, round down. Inhale, extend up. Hands up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take your right arm straight up. Bicep beside your ear, grab your bicep with your left hand and roll it even further in towards your ear. So the palm is facing the wall behind you. Drop your right hand between your shoulder blades and then sweep around. Grab your right elbow with your left hand. Inhale, reach the crown of your head up towards your forearm and then side bend to the left. Inhale up. 2 more times. Side bend to the left. Keep reaching the crown of the head up towards the forearm that's touching. side bend. Inhale up. Reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Reach the crown of the head towards the tops of your feet. Inhale, tuck the chin as you lift up halfway, long spine. Exhale, curl head in, round to lower. Press down through your feet. Inhale, extend to rise. Hands to heart. Reach your left arm up beside your left ear. Right hand grabs your bicep and curl the bicep closer to your ear. Palm facing the back wall and then hand between your shoulder blades. Right hand grabs the top of your elbow. Reach the crown of the head up towards your forearm. As you exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Keep pushing the head towards your forearm that's on top of your head. Inhale up. Last time, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Both arms reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold and round your spine. Reaching the crown of the head towards the top of your feet at the bottom. And then hands to the floor of the block. Lift up halfway, chin towards throat. Exhale, fold and step back into downward facing dog. Reach the crown of the head between the hands. Lift and spread your sipples. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Tuck your chin towards your chest, gaze towards your thigh, and then pull knee towards head. Extend your spine, gaze between your thumbs. Step your right foot up between your hands. Left heel down and in. Inhale, press up, rise up to Virabhadrasana 1. Left arm comes up. Turn the palm to face the wall behind you. Drop your hand between your shoulder blades. Move your spine into your hand and head into your forearm. Grab your left elbow with your right hand. Inhale, arch back, gaze up, as if you're trying to place your spine and your head as a shelf on your forearm and your hand. As you exhale, hinge forward, belly hovers above your right thigh. Lift head into your forearm, spine into your hand, come onto your left toes, shift forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Press the foot towards the wall behind you. Reach the crown of the head towards the forearm above your head. Bend the knee, plant the foot, keep the hands where they are and rotate open into Virabhadrasana 2. So right knee's bent, left arm is up. Inhale, arch back, so reverse your warrior, staying in this arm position. As you exhale, side bend, stretching your right side out over your right thigh. Press your head into your forearm and then twist, ribs towards the sky. Inhale, come up Virabhadrasana 2, arms wide. Exhale, hands on either side of your right foot, plank pose. Find the strength of your neck core. Find the strength of your belly core. Reach the spine long. Lower down onto your right elbow. Lower down onto your left elbow. Stretch crown of the head forward, tailbone between your heels. Start by taking your head towards your chest and then walk your feet up towards your head. Start to walk your feet back, lowering back to neutral, chin tuck, long neck. 2 more times. Exhale, walk feet up. And then exhale, walk back to elbow plank. Last time, walk feet up, curl chin, curl neck, round. Walk back, elbow plank. Crown of the head forward, heels back. Keep the hips up, lower the knees, lower the thighs, lower the pelvis, pull elbows back, lift collarbones towards chin, chin tuck, stretch crown of the head up. Lift back up into elbow plank. Tuck the toes under, lift back up into elbow plank. Yeah. And then come up onto your right hand. Come up onto your left hand. Press back down dog. Stretch the crown of the head between the hands. Lift and spread your sipples. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Start the rounding of the spine by tucking the chin towards the chest, forehead, and then take knee to forehead. Really round. Lisa, take your forehead to your knee. Round. Yes. Then gaze between your thumbs, so find neck extension, and then step your left foot up between your hands. Lower your right heel down and in. Inhale, arms come over your head. Turn your right palm to face the wall behind you and drop your hand between your shoulder blades. Left hand grabs your elbow and pulls your bicep closer to your ear. Reach the crown of the head towards the forearm on top. Reach the back of the head to the forearm behind. Inhale, look up, gaze up, arch back. Exhale, fold forward, reaching your belly out over your left thigh. Push the crown of the head into your forearm. Lift the back of your head and your spine into your hand. Come onto your right toes. Shift into Virabhadrasana 3. Keep reaching the crown of the head towards the forearm. Keep pressing the back of the head to the forearm. Bend the front knee, step back, and rotate towards the long edge of your mat for a version of Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, arch to the right. So side bend back, and then side bend towards your left thigh. Rotate rib cage up. Stretch crown of the head to the forearm. Gaze up with your eyes. Inhale, come back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Both hands to the floor, plank pose. Find the strength of your plank. Chin in, stretch through the crown of your head. That looks great. Left elbow to the floor. Right elbow to the floor. Round your neck spine, so chin towards chest. Walk in, elbow dog. So walking the hips, walking the feet as close to your head as you possibly can. And then walk back out to elbow dog. Find the strength by setting the chin in the lock. And then round to walk forward 2 more times. Nice. Nice. Lisa, can you walk any closer? Push your head towards your feet. Keep going. Or not. When you come down to elbow plank again, keep your hips up, lower your knees, lower your thighs, lower your pelvis, lower your belly, pull your elbows back, lift your chest towards your chin, chin towards throat, stretch the neck long. Good. Come up through hands and knees and then press back into child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the floor and let your neck go side to side. So let go of any tension you're feeling in your neck. You may notice that actually your neck is creating a little bit more mobility. When we find that neutral place where our cervical spine is stacked and supported, we may find less tension in our neck, our shoulders, and in our head. So just notice if that's the case. If not, it's new to you. And then shift forward to tabletop. Tuck the toes under, exhale, press back down dog. Stretch the crown of the head between your hands, lift and spread your sipples. Good. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Really start to round your cervical spine. Let that trickle up your spine as you draw your knee to your forehead. Really round, shoulders shift above your wrist. And then gaze between your hands, your right hand up between your hands. Lower the left heel down and in. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. If you are unable to connect your hands, take the time to grab your belt. And just wrap your belt around your left or your right shoulder. Just let it hang over your right shoulder. Inhale, reach your left arm up beside your bicep. Turn the palm to face the back wall. Drop the hand between your shoulder blades. Right hand swings back, palm faces up. Reach and grab either the belt or the hand. Right knee stays bent. Find your head on your forearm, spine on your hands. Inhale, arch back, gaze up. Exhale, reach your belly out over your thigh, hinge forward. Come onto your left toes, shift forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Keep pressing the head into the forearm, spine into the hands, stretch through the head and the foot. Bend your right knee, foot to the ground. Rotate open, keeping your hands as they are into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, side bend to the left. Exhale, side bend to the right. Rotate your rib cage up. Turn your ear in between the triangle of your arm. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 2, release your arms. Exhale, hands on either side of your right foot. Step back plank. It's our only normal vinyasa. Stretch through the crown of the head, stretch through the tailbone. Keep that connection as you lower down chaturanga. Keep stretching. Inhale, scoop, head, chest up, draw chin in, crown of the head reaches up. Nice, those look really good. Exhale, press back down dog. Inhale, lift left leg up and back, three-legged dog. As you exhale, found the round all the way through your spine, including your neck, knee to forehead. Good. Gaze between your hands, step your foot up. Right heel down and in. Inhale, grab your belt and come up to Virabhadrasana 1. You're going to hang your belt over your left shoulder this time. Turn your right palm back, bicep towards your ear. Hand between your shoulder blades. Swing your left arm back and turn the palm up, and then perhaps grab or use the belt. Back of the head finds the upper forearm. Spine finds where your hands connect. Inhale, keep that connection. Gaze up, arch back. Exhale, hinge forward, reaching your belly out over your left thigh. Come onto your right toes. Spine presses up, head presses up. Keep the connection as you straighten your left leg and take your right leg back, Virabhadrasana 3. Crown of the head stretches forward. Right foot pushes back. Bend your left knee, step back. Open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, tilt towards your right leg. Exhale, tilt towards your left thigh. Keep head and hands connected to spine and forearm, and then rotate bottom rib cage up. Inhale, unlace the arms, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down on either side of your left foot. Stretch your spine long. Keep stretching your spine long, lower down chaturanga. Keep stretching your spine long, lift up, up dog. Good. Come down to your knees, and press back into child's pose. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, you can come up and watch. So this is in preparation for headstand. And we're going to use a slidey thing. And what we're looking for is core engagement. And also perhaps taking the hips directly above the shoulders. So I'm going to give you a couple of options in how to do this. So we will be doing this with fingers interlaced, and you'll tuck your pinky under so that it doesn't get squished. You'll kneel in front of a blanket, or not a blanket, your mat. I had to fold mine up because I just don't have space. Your toes will tuck and be on something slippery. And you'll come down onto your elbows, interlacing the fingers. And we're going to do what we've been doing, right? We're going to press elbows down and push the spine up as if the hands are there. Then we're going to tuck the chin in and stretch the crown of the head. And we'll push back into elbow plank. Push down through the elbows, lift. Look towards your toes. As you exhale, pike up. And you may notice it's really short, so my hips are above my shoulders. And we'll do this a few times. The other option is just to push in and out. So, your turn. Find a slippery surface. Kneel in front of your mat. Interlace your fingers, pinky tucked under. Fold forward and bring your elbows to the floor underneath your shoulders or slightly wider than your shoulders. Press down, tuck chin, slide back, elbow plank. And then as you exhale, push down, curl chin in, and pike up. Nice, Lisa. Each exhalation, you're only going to do as many as you want. And the faster you go, the more the core will engage and the higher the hips will go. That looked great, Lisa. It was really good. Nice, Louise. Really push the hips up. They'll go a little higher, which is what we're looking for. All right, you ready? Now we're going to go to the wall. You're going to use both of your blocks at the wall. Probably is going to be more comfortable with your mat also next to the wall. So we're going to build a little prop. And I have my camera here so you can see it well. So the block on the bottom, the flat side is going to face you. The block on the top is going to stack on top with the short edge facing you. You're going to position the bottom block close enough to the wall that if you were to take your thumb, it's hanging over only a thumb breadth, right? All right, I'm going to move this way a little bit so you can watch. This part of the block is going to support your spine. You want to walk until all of your back that can be on this block is on this block, right? We're going to find the same basket. And this is all very important. So you're going to kneel in front of your block tower here, thumb distance. You're going to lower down onto your elbows and cup your hands with your fingers up against the block. That's very important. Otherwise, your back will not get to your block. Then you're going to tuck your chin like we've been doing. And you're going to bring the crown of the head, and you're going to pause to make sure that the crown of the head is on the floor, which means if you were to brush your tongue on the roof of the mouth, where your tongue slides into your soft palate, if you were to press it up through the crown of your head, your tongue would press on the floor. And then push your elbows down just to feel. You can lift your head. And then watch. I'm going to lift up into elbow dog, and I'm going to walk until my back is pressing firm into the block. Then I'm going to push down through my elbows. Top leg lifts really straight. Point your toes straight up towards the sky. Point. Notice how this bottom foot just lifts. It's because my top leg is so straight. And then I can lift it to reach my other leg. All right. So kneel in front of your little tower here. Make sure thumb distance is hanging over. Interlace your fingers. Pinkies tucked under. Elbows shoulder distance apart. Push down into your elbows. Lift your spine like your hands were there. Then tuck your chin. Find the crown of your head. Use the tongue. Chin tucked. So find that chin tuck. And then lift up into elbow dog. You can press down through your forearms to make sure not a lot of weight, and then start to walk, 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 walk. Back is on the block. Keep walking, Louise. Hands aren't close enough to the blocks, I can tell. There you go. Keep walking, keep walking. Lift one leg straight up. I don't care which one, whichever one feels more natural. Then point your toes straight up towards the sky like you're trying to reach the sky. Don't let that knee bend even a little bit. Keep reaching. Maybe the bottom knee bends a little bit. And as you pop, reach the top leg up more. Push down through the elbows. Nice, Louise. There it is. If you're uncomfortable, you can just try switching legs and stay there because that's doing it too. Can you walk a little closer? Try it. Reach a leg. Point the toes straight up towards the sky. That looks great. When you're done, child's pose. Allow your forehead to roll side to side. And then for our final resting posture, we're going to go straight into legs up the wall pose. So come to some place on your wall where your legs can go up the wall. And then sit beside the wall. And as you rotate the legs up the wall, take your back towards the floor beyond the wall. You can scoot your hips as close to the wall as is comfortable. You can either point or flex your ankles. And breathe.
So often we walk around like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders, literally, figuratively, however. And although there may be many things in the world that can lead to that feeling, that sensation, physically, mentally, the way we stand affects us physically, mentally. It also has an effect on the way we breathe. When we carry our head in that head forward position, it makes breathing through your nose virtually impossible. Forces the mouth to open, creates a sense of mouth breathing. Physiologically, mouth breathing affects our mental state. We can become fatigued. We can become anxious, stressed. And although we ended up flipping upside down and carrying the weight of our body on the crown of our head, the real purpose of this class was to find that awareness of drawing the chin in and lightening the load of the world on your head and shoulders. Slowly bend your knees and push yourself far enough away from the wall that you can roll onto your side body. And just let your head hang and be heavy. Let go. And keeping the head heavy as long as you can. Use your hands and your arms to press yourself up into a seated position. And then as you lengthen your spine, notice where the head sits naturally. And then find any more length that you can by stretching the crown of the head up towards the sky. As you draw your inhales down, visualize energy drawing down the spine. So coming in through the crown of the head, drawing down the spine, all the way down at the base of your spine, touching the earth. And as you exhale, drawing energy back up from the earth. So each inhalation, imagine prana energy drawing down the spine. And as you exhale, tapping the earth, drawing energy back up. This is the Sushumna Nadi, the energy cycle, the energy tunnel that goes straight down your core. And if you can connect your mind, yourself, your soul into this nadi, tapping into your universal self and the energy within. And finally, bring your hands to meet at heart center. And tuck your chin up towards your throat as you bow your head towards your heart. Feel that stretch all the way down your spine. Connect. And thank you so much. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste.